Covenant Award is a really prestigious, very generous and large, and very, very, very difficult award for Jewish educators across all spectrums in the United States to hope to achieve. The process was long and arduous. We started way back at the beginning of the year when a group of Rabbi Harcsztark's colleagues decided to first nominate Rabbi Harcsztark. We wrote letters of nomination. Old students, past students, educators and teachers, community members wrote letters of support, and Rabbi Harcsztark himself had to write several essays and pieces about his vision and his work in the Jewish community, and specifically in SAR High School. After that, many, many months go by and we don't hear anything. And we just email each other a lot saying, has anyone heard from the Covenant Foundation? Suddenly, the Covenant Foundation calls and says that Rabbi Harcsztark is a finalist. And then he has to produce a portfolio this thick of years and years of his work. And only then did the Covenant Foundation send representatives to SAR to learn a little bit more about Rabbi Harcsztark's work. I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, thousands of people a year apply for this award. 3 educators a year win this award, which comes, I will add, with a $36,000 gift to the winner, as well as a generous stipend to the school. I don't know if you fully get how impressive and how special it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we found out that Rabbi Harcsztark won the Covenant Award. And so, it is our great honor, all of us together, to wish Mazal Tov to our Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Harcsztark, on this very well-deserved and very significant award. May he only continue to go from strength to strength. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Harcsztark.
Okay. Okay, this isn't supposed to be like a thank you speech. I don't know. Okay, thank you, Dr. Shinar, for those words, and thank you for making this whole starting this whole process 10 months ago. And I just want to say, I know this might sound cheesy, but I actually really mean it. It's like the award is a beautiful, wonderful thing. I mean, it actually is very rewarding. But it's just not a question that the most important thing, and maybe the reason why I feel like, what I'm really trying to say is, I feel like I have been blessed to be able to wake up every morning and go to a place which is full of students and teachers, faculty members, people who are just interested in learning and engaging and connecting and committed to what it means and trying to figure out what it means to be great modern Orthodox Jews in the world. I just feel like it's a bracha to be able to do that every single day, which does not mean, and this is going to be a good segue to what I want to say to you now for a couple of minutes, it doesn't mean that every day is just happy and great, like things are challenging and hard and whatever, but like most importantly, this is an amazing community. And so I feel blessed, and I kind of feel like the recognition I appreciate it, but it's really about this place. So I want to say kol hakavod to all of you also. You can, and thank you. So here's what I just want to say to you as we approach, it's the last day of classes. You just finished. Yay! Not that you're happy the classes are over, of course. It's not that. Look, it feels like not such a long time ago that we were all gathered here on the first day of classes in September, when we start the year. And I actually really love this, what's become a tradition in the school, which is on the first day we daven, and the first thing that we do is we gather together in order to be able to get the year started. And then at the end of the year, the last thing that we do before we head off to finals is we gather together. And I think that it is extremely powerful and very meaningful. And I just want to kind of stop and say out loud what it is that it's about, because it's kind of clear that at the beginning of the year, we're getting together to say, okay, folks, we're all in this together. We're starting out on a new year, and we're pumped and enthusiastic and all of that. And the year starts, and it has its rhythm. And some people, by the time it gets to March, it's maybe a little bit of a drag, it's a little harder, and then there are like intensities over the course of the year, and then you finally arrive at this point. And I really feel like what I'm doing is just kind of saying out loud the reason, or kind of two things that feel to me so important, that I think should feel to us so important, and reason enough to gather in a room together for just a couple of minutes as we end. The first just has to do with each of us as individuals kind of taking stock. I think it's so important because there's so many things that happen over the course of the year, because you know that when you look back, I know it's true for me, you look back, and on the one hand, it feels like it happened in a minute. On the other hand, it feels like there are so many things that have happened over the course of this year. And what's certainly true is that through the highs and the lows and the challenges and this and that, every single person has grown really significantly towards further towards, if you're a student here, what you are going to be as an adult. And as a faculty member and as an adult, we continue to grow. And we look back over the course of the year, it's important for us to stop and say, there's like a lot that's happened. I've really learned a lot. And I know that there are finals and tests and stuff, but you should take pleasure and gratification and satisfaction around the friendships that we've built, the good times we spent together, the things that we've learned, the challenges that we've been able to undertake and be successful at, and also to acknowledge some things that are really still hard for us. And all that is part of life, which brings me to the second thing that I want to say, which I think makes this so important to me, and I think is for us. When I think about what it means to be a member of a family, like the relationships that are the most important relationships in life, and I guess I learned it most meaningfully, when I married my wife, and then when you have your own children. But I think you realize it as family members. What it means to be connected in that kind of way is that you share like all parts of your life. It doesn't mean everything is great. It means that there are challenges, and it means there are things that come easy. It means that there are successes, and sometimes there are setbacks, and it's all part of it, and we're all in it together. And that's what it means to be like part of a family. It's like you're all in it together. And, you fight with your siblings, and then you tell them you love them, that you're, the bar mitzvah and bar mitzvah, because that's part of the thing. I think that that's part of what's going on here, too. This is a magnificent community. This is, when people, if you look in the outside, say like you look at SAR community, this is a super, it's a thriving environment of modern Orthodox education. And all of us together actually really shape that and make that happen. And we are one family. And you can look back at the year and think about the ways in which within my grade we fought about this or that. We had different views on the election, fought about that, about Israeli politics, fought about that. There are times in which we really helped each other out and came through for each other at certain times because it was really necessary. That's what it means to be a family. And in its own way, that's what's been built here. And so we're gathering here to say, let's stop, appreciate what I've gained as an individual, and appreciate what we have done together as a community. And I want to just say one thing through a word of Torah. In last week's Parsha, He went through all the matanot the Nesiim gave, and then after, the Mishkan was built and it was completed. After it was built and completed and everybody brought the first korbanot, it says, Zot Chanukat HaMizbeach. It's actually called a Chanukah. You know that Chanukah and Chinuch, those words actually come together, education. What does it mean for it to be a Chanukat HaMizbeach? So it's a very fascinating moment. When they finished building the Mishkan was actually not finished, it was just starting, if you think about it, right? Meaning they finished building it, so now it could actually operate. So the moment when something is called Chanukah, it actually means I've arrived at a certain point where I am complete enough where I can now start on to the next stage in order to be able to do that in the best way that I can. That's what actually chinuch is about. It's about learning so that I can move on to the next stage and make a difference, and then learn from that experience so that I can actually make a difference in an even more significant and meaningful kind of way. And that is each and every one of us in our own ways. That's what we're up to, and that's what this moment is about. Which is now I've also kind of feel like, I don't know, in my mind I feel like this isn't true, but I kind of officially promote all of you because I like to tell the ninth graders, are there ninth graders here? Yes, so the ninth graders, I'm assuming finals are going to go well. You've actually completed your ninth grade year, which means that next year you are going to be sophomores at SAR High School. Yeah. And where's the 10th grade? Don't be afraid of junior year. You can handle it. It's going to be great. So sophomores, I am hereby declaring you are ready for junior year. Good luck and have a most meaningful summer. And of course, juniors, you know what that means. We are very much looking forward to your being our seniors, class of 2018. But I want to, at this time, before I move on to the next segment of the program, actually just say to you, shh. I hope that the next couple of weeks of finals, try also, in addition to the stress that I know comes with it, try to take some satisfaction when you look at what you've learned and say, as you're reviewing, wow, I've accomplished a lot, because you have. And I also just want to wish everybody over the course of the summer, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that it is a rejuvenating, relaxing, kind of energizing, lots of things at the same time type of experience. You should enjoy everything that you're doing, and we'll look very much forward to welcoming you back in the fall. Have a wonderful day.